Work. What's up?
Hey everybody,
Hey.
welcome back to Late Night Snacks. If you guys
Hola.
are here, you are here to kiki and spill the tea on, well, I guess we're just calling it Drag Race Canada.
Calling it Canada's Drag Race.
Canada's
However.
Drag Race, right. Okay, so we're not adding all the other.
No.
Canada's Drag Race Season 1, Episode 4, Single Use Queens.
Canada Drag Race.
I have to say I really like it because it's we're going back to the very beginning. It's so
It-
fun.
Yeah, this season only gets better. It is really good.
Oh,
So
I should have them too.
we started off with kind of the theme of the whole episode when they came back to the workroom after the previous elimination. We've got what's her name? Tainomi, who is like supposedly really huge in Canada. I guess she's a really big personality. Hey, what's up, BRT? And yeah, all the girls know her. The judges know her. Even that she's this elevated, queen. I think from Toronto, that is expected to do really, really great in the competition because she's so elevated. And she's not. She's not doing well. She's been in the bottom twice in a row, and so that kind of set the whole theme of this episode. What is Tainomi going to do? What expectations is Tainomi putting on herself? And how are the other queens going to deal with the Tainomi show, basically? Because she's really well respected, she seems. All the other contestants are like, even though she's doing poorly, and they're not being catty with her, they're being really respectful and really like, we know you can do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that kind of was the theme set right from the beginning. She
Well,
says,
and
I'm not going to be in the bottom two anymore.
I mean, we'll get there when we get there, but like I had kind of pointed out to Dawn, one of the nice things that I noticed is the fact that the judges' critiques, even though they can be critical, they're a lot more supportive than they are on the regular drag race.
That meant, well, we'll get to it at the end, but that mess that happened
Right.
at the end with them talking to the one particular contestant would never happen on the regular season.
Oh, I
Never.
know.
It
Nope.
was crazy. Yep.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no! So we did that. We had a little Tainomi thing, and then we go into the mirror, and there's no message left
No.
from last week, and
No,
everybody thought they took that really offensively.
When it starts
That was a real cunt move, and that why would she do that? And then somebody pointed out she gave her message when she left.
When
I
she
don't
left.
remember- Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just tradition that they do that. It's not required. So
No,
to not give a
by
message
any means.
may not necessarily be a cunt move. It could just be she said her piece.
Well,
She's
and
done.
that's what they said. They pointed that out, that she said what she needed to say. She left her message.
Right.
So then we go right into the mini challenge. Kind
I
of.
like the mini challenge.
Oh, that's my favorite mini challenge. I love it every time they do it. It's so fun. It's so fun to see the reactions. Everybody gets all googly eyed, and it's memory games are fun. This type of memory game is done all over the place with many different ways. But doing it this way with the underwear and the reveal is cute. Now, one thing I want to point out that I was just like, yes, just celebrating so much the difference between Canada and the United States or any other place in the United States is, did you notice the different body types of the pit crew?
Yep.
You would not have seen that in America. In America, you've got the typical chiseled boy modeled look, and if they have like 1 ounce of fat on them, they would not qualify for a pit crew. They had all different body types.
Yep.
And all of these men were gorgeous.
Yes.
I so celebrated that. I was like,
It was celebrated. Exactly. It was celebrated.
Yes.
It wasn't just flaunted.
great.
It was celebrated.
Yes, it was great. And then so Jimbo won the challenge.
Yes.
Yes.
And Jimbo's a dark horse, man. You gotta watch her.
I'm telling you, because as
we're gonna see in this challenge, the main challenge, she really knows how to weave her way in and kind of manipulate the situation to her favor, which went really well in her favor. This go around, and she still plays off that little, oh, I'm an outsider and nobody's gonna like me, kind of attitude. But she knows what she's doing. She's really coy and really playing the game. So, it's fun to see. It's fun to see a competitor with that kind of skill.
Then we got into the main challenge,
which was a craft challenge.
Turn trash into treasure.
Yeah, trash to treasure ball.
Designed using recycled materials.
Yeah, so we had metal
And they were teamed up.
Yeah, they were teamed up in groups of 3. They had to use metal, plastic,
and paper.
Yeah. So Jimbo was the paper team. His Jimbo, Leona, and Tainomi. You had the metal team, which is Lemon, Priyanka, and Boa, and then the plastic team was Rita, Kiara, and Scarlett. All of them were kind of, well, especially the plastic team for some reason. They were really rejecting the whole challenge. They were just
they were really struggling big time.
Yeah, really struggling.
And they pointed out that having plastic, they probably got the easiest out of the 3.
And they win.
Materials.
They win. They bitched the whole time and they won the challenge. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so going back, so Jimbo got to pick which material went to which group because they won the mini challenge. And then they did their little crafting thing of who's doing poorly because they can't craft and make a dress, whatever. We get to another segment which is new-ish for this type of drag race, but old school for us that we don't see anymore. And this was a practice one of the skills type of thing. And they got to go out on the runway and practice with a real runway model, Stacy.
They got to practice with Stacy, yeah.
I love these segments because this shows the judges being non-judges, being just part of a team, helping these girls, learn a skill and develop. The excitement Stacy was having as these girls were developing, it is so refreshing to see that type of stuff back in Drag Race, and not the judges just being these little recorded sessions, with them just acting fools. It was nice to see Stacy as a human being with her skills as a model teaching these girls something. It was really cool. Really cool. It was funny, she was really getting off on the skill of some of them, and it was a cool little segment. They didn't overdo it. A little small segment.
In my opinion, though, I mean, I want to know what you guys thought too. But in my opinion, I honestly preferred and really enjoyed the metal group.
Oh yeah.
I thought their looks were great. I understand what the judges said once they gave their critiques and why they weren't the winners. But if I had to pick something that I could maybe envision myself wearing, it was definitely the metal group.
Lemon.
And I thought it was very glamorous looking. I thought, I mean, you could tell it was recycled materials, but at the same time, you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the
wasn't it Lemon?
Lemon.
If Lemon wouldn't have said it, I wouldn't have known those were rolled out Brillo pads that made that beautiful copper dress.
With the metal group, I liked how creative they were with just thinking outside the box and doing like little fun stuff, like with the boobs that opened up in like the satellite dishes, little stuff like that.
That's the cool. Only one with Boa that I wasn't too thrilled with, but Priyanka and Lemon's looks.
Yeah, they did so well.
Did. And Priyanka, as soon as Priyanka came out, I'm like, oh my God. Like I loved it. And Lemon giving me very Cher from Sunny and Cher from the, the 60s, 70s vibes.
Mm-hmm. I agree with the winners. I thought the Plastics overall as a team.
Overall they completed the challenge the best.
Yeah. So, but with with Jimbo's team with the paper, here's how Jimbo manipulated the situation. He wanted to do something with a specific shape. He had a silhouette in mind. Yes. He had specific things he wanted to do with the silhouette. Kind of cones and Madonna a la bra, and then he had this big, huge, poofy kind of idea, and it was completely going against what the other girls thought. They were just like, "Oh no, that's not what we want to do. That's not who our team is." And instead of saying, "Jimbo, no, we're going to go this way," come on board with the two of us. Instead, they said, "Well, we can let her.
We'll just change everything to make it fit what you want." Exactly.
Yeah, so she basically got what she wanted.
She manipulated the situation to get what she wanted, and the judges pointed that out.
Yep. Yeah. Brooklyn was like.
Let's mention that we didn't even mention that our guest judge for the evening was TV actor Evan Bedell. If you guys don't know who he is from Project Runway and Project Runway All Stars in Canada. And he is also a designer. So he knew what he was talking about for this challenge.
He's the best guest judge. He's the best judge that they've had on this season.
I love him as a judge. I love his banter and everything.
He was not pretentious. He was not putting on an act. He spoke normally. He addressed them with real judging, real compassion, with what he was thinking.
He gave them real advice that they could actually use. It wasn't just, oh, I didn't like this, or oh, I like this. He gave them advice that told them, you know, what they could or couldn't do with this, or why specifically it didn't work. Because as a designer, he's very, and being on Project Runway, he's very much in tune with having a competition or a challenge where you have to use something like recycled materials. That's something they would very much do on Project Runway.
Yeah, I was impressed. And then the critiques overall were very real this time. They were really constructive. They were really coming from the heart. Like Brooklyn's critiques, she's really coming into this whole judge thing. I mean, she was harsh, but real harsh where she needed to be. Like with the two girls complimenting Jimbo. She was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
This is a competition. You're not here to elevate.
You're not here to make friends. You're here to win. You're here for competition.
If you're here to be a backup dancer, you're in the wrong show." And she was really to the point. She wasn't skating around the issue, but it didn't come off mean. It came off really,
not at all. Not at all. It was just simply like, listen, you guys, this is a competition, you know, and they pointed out that, hey, she kind of got you to do what she wanted, whereas you guys need to come together and decide, but you need to be doing this for yourself too.
And at the same time,
they complimented Jimbo. This is a team challenge, but this is still an individual competition.
Right.
And at the same time, they complimented Jimbo, saying, "Good on you. You played this well." You know? So it's very real judging.
Touche.
Yep.
So then we get to the bottom two.
Which let me preach on this for a little bit. This Leona outburst, that's the type of attitude that I hate on these competition shows. It's like, what are you doing here? If you're sitting here and you're going to throw a fit like this and you want to give up and you can't,
crybaby,
and then 5 minutes later,
child.
5 minutes later, you compete your ass off to stay, and then send somebody home. All of that speaks to me is like a big last-minute ditch for attention.
I'm so over her. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
it was Roxy Andrews' move with the whole bus stop thing that she
has great looks. Don't get me wrong. She has great looks, but personality-wise, we could do without it. We totally.
As soon as she started,
and to have the queens backstage just totally put her in her place. That
my God, was that? That was.
Like, what is the matter with you? When did this become your show?
That's what they said. They said this is not about you.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that whole temper tantrum thing. As soon as she did that, I was like, I hope she goes home, and of course she doesn't. You know, she wins the.
Well, let's mention that it was Ilona and Tainomi Banks in the bottom two for the lip sync. And
which I knew Tainomi was going to be in the bottom two because that was the whole theme of the episode.
Exactly. They let us know that from the end of last episode, and we really got into it, like you said, the beginning of this one.
Right.
The lip sync song was by Avril Lavigne, "Girlfriend," which I love. I haven't heard this song in forever. Me and Dawn were just singing and dancing. We're like, yeah.
This might have been the best lip sync so far this season.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. Now, as much as we don't like whiny Ilona, she put on a show.
Yeah, see, that's why she was there to compete. So why the tantrum? You were already ready to compete. You didn't just pull that out last minute. You were ready to compete.
Well,
on attention.
I'm just thinking she's looking for attention, and that's her way of getting it.
That's all it is.
If I was one of those judges, I'd be like, "You want to quit? There's the fucking door." That's what I do. I hate that.
You know what? Again, they were very positive with her, and they said, "Listen," they said, because I understand she was upset, just like most of the girls were. They didn't want to have to be the one to send Tainomi home. She is a legend. She has broken so much ground for these other girls and made it possible for them to do what they're doing now. So I get it. I totally get it. Because like the judges even said, I bet as soon as all of you saw in the workroom, when you saw Miss Tainomi Banks walk in, you shit yourself.
Yeah.
And I believe it.
I hated the way
Tainomi was too in her head. Mm-hmm. And then we get to the lip sync, and you could even see it in the lip sync. It was almost like she kind of gave up.
She gave up.
She was mouthing in the lip sync itself, but energy wise, and for a performer, she wasn't out there. Her spirit was just not in it anymore.
Yeah, she's
but Ilona still gave us an amazing performance, knowing that Tainomi was kind of throwing it.
as soon as Liana started
performance.
competing, Tainomi was like, "Whoa, she's competing," and then she got it in her head. But I hated the way the judges coddled her in the beginning. They're like, "You can do this. We know your spirit, and you've got to compete, and you've got to win." Oh no! I'd have been like,
Oh,
"There's
for
no
Ilona?
Go home." Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
And,
RuPaul
and
would
they
have been
told her,
like
they
that.
said, you need to do this to show one of these other little girls or little boys that this is possible, that you can do this.
I've been like, I don't need your
give
nonsense.
up on your dreams.
Mhm.
Ugh, I hate it. Ugh. RuPaul
I
in the same
really
way.
enjoy the judges' criticism and the fact that it's a little more positive. I really do. But when it comes to just characters in general, I could do without Ilona.
Yeah, I'm over her already.
I'm glad that Jeffrey, the cameras or the edit played Jeffrey down this episode because it didn't irritate me. There was a couple lines that he gave where it's just like, get out of here.
Yeah, we were wondering if you were going to say anything. So.
Let's just say I loved his eyeliner tonight, though it was on point.
It's such an act. And I'm glad that they're starting to edit that kind of stuff out.
We need someone like him just to look at. Come
No,
on.
we don't. To look at, he can keep his mouth shut. He's fine. See, this is the problem with him. He's fine. When he was on like the Snatch Game on the other seasons and like his normal life, his normal conversation, he doesn't talk like that. He doesn't act like that. So there's no reason why he needs to act something different on the show. It's like, you're not RuPaul.
I think here's the thing, though. I think
you know what? I think RuPaul set him up and groomed him for that position. So that's not just his fault. That's Ru's fault too.
It sounds like a bad Saturday Night Live impersonation of RuPaul. That's all it is. It's like,
well, and I think that's part of why they're breaking it up too, where all of the great Ru sayings are not just being said by one of the judges, or just the judges. It's being said also by the guest judges.
I was like, get rid of Jeffrey's ass and put Bedell on there full time. That'd be a perfect panel.
I'm sure he's rather busy.
Stacey's doing amazing. Stacey's always good as a judge. I really, really love Stacey. She's great. She was great on Top Model, and she's been great on other shows. And Stacey, for such a unique look, she's gorgeous. Oh, she's such a great model.
Let's just say that then with the lip sync, obviously, like we've been saying, Tainomi lost, and Tainomi was sent to sashay away.
Mm-hmm.
And Pocahontas vibes from Tainomi.
I did.
Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was cute. It was.
She went out with such class.
Yeah.
She really went out. I like to see them go out with that much style, that much class. You know.
Well, and it shows.
I didn't like
what the judges were saying. It became about this younger generation.
It became about the Leona show.
Yep.
Yeah, the Leona happened again.
Again and again and again.
Right, if she was going out. Oh.
Yep.
Stop. Just stop. Did I freeze?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay, so I think that's
pretty much that's the episode in a nutshell. We would love it if you guys could, down in the comments below, tell us what you thought about this episode. Who did you think should have gone home? We are, like we said, we are Late Night Snacks. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you guys know every time we go live or upload a video. And do we have a wand?
We'll have some new segments going on. We do have a wand of the day, and we also have some new segments going on. If you guys check it out, we've got some top 10s going on. We're just trying out new things. So, view the channel. Yes. So one of the day, I don't know if you can see, is just
turn it
spider webs.
Turn it sideways.
You see it?
There you go.
Straight wand. This is Harry's dad, James Potter.
Ooh,
nice.
Ironically, they have never made a wand for Harry's mother. There's no Lily Potter wand.
Lillian doesn't have.
I didn't know that. Huh?
She was that good. She didn't need one.
James.
She was that good.
Well, no, you know why? Is they've never shown her. They've never shown her with a wand in any of the footage. Whereas James was shown with a wand in the flashbacks of his school days. That's why we've got a James wand.
Oh.
All right. Guys, well, with that being said, we will be back tomorrow to spill the tea on RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 5, Episode 8,
Grand finale.
Grand finale.
Which is
the finale.
titled, let's see, what is it titled? Bring Back My Girls, grand finale.
Okay, let's predict right now because it's 24 hours in advance. Let's predict right now. Who's your winner?
Shay.
Don?
I want it to be Juju so bad, but it's
I know, I do too. I want it to be Juju, so I'm going to pretty much predict. I want it to be her.
Good for you. Because I want it to be Juju too, but I'm going to say Cracker's going to take this.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I'm telling you right now, Cracker's going to win.
So somebody's going to win.
One, yeah. One of us.
But all three of us want Juju. Go Juju.
Go Juju.
Please.
All right, guys. With that being said, we love you. We love you for being here. And please watch us as we sashay away.
Bye, guys.
And we're out.